Walk-on Indians are coming off of a 68-8 win over the Owine Huskies last week. Here to recap that is head coach Chad Beermann. And coach, from the looks of things on the stat sheet, looked like a pretty complete performance from your team. What were your takeaways from the game?
Well, initially we had a 75-yard run for a touchdown to open up the game, and then we kicked off, got a stop, scored again, and then Owen put together a nice drive, and it was actually 14-8. Right around into the first quarter, and then they had some injuries. As the game went on, it was 48-8 at half, and they weren't sure if they're going to be able to finish the game, but they did. Their kids stuck it out and got the game in. And I guess today they announced that they're canceling the rest of their season, but and you feel bad for those kids. But it was nice to get the win. We were able to do a lot of the things we wanted to do in the passing game, and defense improved. They do throw some different formations at you, so it was good to have the kids have a chance to adjust and get a varsity action in. We had the starters play the first offensive and defensive series of the second half, and then subbed out. So a lot of other kids got playing time, and it's a shame that their season has ended this way. But their numbers were bad, and I think we had like maybe 3 kids knocked out of the game during our game too. So.
And looking at the passing game numbers, as you mentioned, Jackson Brinkman, 10 of 12, 159 yards, 3 touchdowns. And he also ran the ball 8 times for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. How has Jackson developed throughout the course of the year?
Well, it actually, a lot of it goes to the play of the offensive line, because if he's got time and a little more comfortable, and we did a bit better job of getting the edge for him. And he had receivers open and found them, and did a better job of finding the receiver instead of just assuming that a kid was going to be open. He's early in the year, he'd get in the habit of, in practice, this kid was open, so that's probably where it's going to be on Friday, and that's not always the case. And this last week, he did a better job of finding the kid that was open and putting it on him.
And I know the way the game went, this had a lot to do with it, but you had 11 different players touch the ball last Friday night. How important was it to get a lot of people involved like you were able to?
Well, it's good for the kids for experience. It's good to encourage their participation as the season goes on. And it's good to kind of get a look at kids and see who can help. We've got a couple injuries, and so we can see who can step in there. We played a lot of younger kids. We had a freshman played 3 quarters on the offensive line, and we just brought 5 freshmen up this week to kind of fill out our roster, and so some of those kids got playing time. And the sophomores, there's some talented kids in that class, and so it was good to get them some time and just kind of see how they did in the varsity competitive situation, as opposed to playing in a curtain raiser.
And I'd imagine just getting those kids some time underneath the lights on a Friday night, that can't do anything but to help them moving forward. And how much more valuable is the on-the-job experience that you were able to give last Friday night as compared to just the practice experience?
Well, again, Owen had limited numbers, but their kids did some good things offensively and defensively, and gave us some problems. It's just a numbers game, but the kids that got on the field got some quality competition. Like the 2 deep offensive line got a lot of good reps, and in the defense got some stops too with those second stringers in there in game situations, again under the lights, yes, in a varsity situation. And so I think that's experience that, like I said, will help as this season goes on, and should hopefully encourage those kids as we roll into the off season here in a month or so.
And you make the trip over to Osage for your Week 7 contest coming up this week. Osage coming off a nice win over Crestwood last week. What impresses you about the Green Devils on film?
Well, they're a completely different team. From last week, from basically the whole start of their season, they had their quarterback's been out with a broken arm, or so it was in a cast at any rate. And he came back this week and really opened up the passing game, gave them another running threat. Their kids played really hard, came after Crestwood. They basically played a goal line defense most of the game and really put a lot of pressure up front and got some huge passing plays. The kids running wide open down the field where they made an error in the coverage and got behind them, and so that's something we have to be alert for. They did a really nice job, and like I said, Crestwood was coming off their win over us, big homecoming win, and then Osage kind of, I don't know, snuck up on them or not, but the Osage kids were really impressive as far as coming off the ball and just really getting after Cresco. And like I said, they had the big passing plays in the offenses they're able to open up this week from what they've looked like the weeks before.
All right, Coach. Hopefully you can make it to 2 wins in a row this week and take that next step towards getting to the postseason this week. Keep your guys healthy, and we wish you best of luck.
All right, thank you.
Chad Beermann, head coach of the Walk-On Indians. It's Walk-On at Osage Friday night.